time value of money is the most important concept in finance, and it refers to the idea that money available at different points in time has different values or worth. It recognizes that the value of money today is typically greater than the value of the same amount of money received in the future. And there are several reasons for this, such as the opportunity cost, risk, and inflation. Let me briefly summarize each of these factors. By having money now, individuals or businesses have the opportunity to invest or use it in productive ways. Foregoing these opportunities and holding on to the money has an associated cost, which is known as the opportunity cost. Money has the potential to earn returns or generate benefits when invested or utilized, and by not doing so, the opportunity cost is incurred. How about inflation? That has been a topic of interest lately. Inflation refers to the general increase in prices over time, which erodes the purchasing power of money. Due to inflation, the same amount of money will buy fewer goods or services in the future compared to the present. Therefore, money received earlier has more purchasing power than the same amount of money received at a later time. The time value of money also accounts for risk and uncertainty associated with future cash flows. There is inherent uncertainty in receiving money in the future, as there is a chance that it may not be received at all or received as expected. The longer the time horizon, the greater is the uncertainty. Therefore, there is a perceived risk associated with delayed cash flows, and this is factored into the time value of money calculations. And as we will see later, this is also known as the discount rate. In essence, the time value of money recognizes that a dollar received today is worth more than a dollar received in the future due to the potential to invest and earn returns and account for inflation and risk. This concept is widely used in various financial calculations, such as determining the present value of future cash flows, evaluating investment opportunities, and making financial decisions that involve the timing of cash inflows and outflows. There are two important flavors of time value of money: future value and present value. Let's talk about each of these concepts. Future value is a financial concept that calculates the value of an investment or an amount of money at a specified time in the future. It takes into account the compounding effect of interest or investment returns over time. Let's unpack it and understand it through an example. Assume you have an option to get $100 now or $120 2 years from now. Let's also assume, for the ease of calculations, that the interest rate is 10% per year and you have no use for money today, and there's no risk of losing any money in the future. Pause for a moment and reflect on which choice would you prefer. Would you prefer $100 today or $120 2 years from today? Well, maybe you prefer $100 today, or maybe your preference is $120 2 years from today, or perhaps you are indifferent between the two choices. So let's see if math can help us decide which choice to pick. So we will generate 10% of 100 or $10 in interest in the first year and $10 in the next year. So the original 100 plus two interest payments of $10 each would give us $120 in the future. This $120 is the future value of $100 2 years from today. Now let's see how compounding can increase the future value of our $100 investment. So just like the previous calculations, we will generate $10 in interest at the end of the first year. Now we will reinvest this $10. So our total investment at the end of year 1 is $110. Hence, in the year 2, we will generate $11 in interest, and our total investment will grow to $121 at the end of year 2. This extra dollar is due to the interest on interest we received at the end of year 1. So with compounding, we would prefer the $100 today rather than $120 2 years from today. We can also use the following formula to calculate the future value. Future value equals to present value times 1 plus r to the power n, where FV in this formula is future value, PV the present value or initial investment, r is the interest rate, n is the number of periods. In this example, present value is $100, r is 10% or 0.10, n is 2 years. Plugging in the values in the formula, we get future value equals to 100 times 1 plus 0.10 to the power 2, or future value equals to 100 times 1.21, or 121 at the end of 2-year investment period. Therefore, the future value of $100 investment with an annual interest rate of 10% over 2 years would be $121. This basically means that your investment of $100 today would grow to $121 by the end of the 2-year period. The future value calculation is helpful for individuals and businesses to understand the potential growth or accumulation of investments over time. It allows for assessing the returns on investments, comparing investment opportunities, and making informed financial decisions. Now let's talk about the concept of present value. Present value is a financial concept used to determine the current worth of a future amount of money, accounting for the time value of money. It represents the amount of money that needs to be invested today to equal the future value at a given interest rate, also called the discount rate. Here is an example to illustrate how present value works. Let's say you have an opportunity to receive $1,000 5 years from now. However, you want to determine the present value of this future amount based on a 6% annual discount rate. The question is, how much would this $1,000 5 years from now be worth in today's dollars? To calculate present value, we use the formula present value equals to future value divided by 1 plus r to the power n, where PV is the present value, FV is the future value, r is the discount rate, and n is the number of periods. In this example, future value is 1000, r is 6% or 0.06, n is 5 years. Plugging in the values in the formula, we get present value equals to 1000 divided by 1 plus 0.06 to the power of 5, which gives us the present value of $746.22. Therefore, the present value of receiving $1,000 5 years from now with the discount rate of 6% is approximately $746.22. This means that if you had $746.22 today and invested at 6% interest rate, it would accumulate to $1,000 after 5 years. The present value calculation is useful in evaluating investment opportunities, comparing investment returns, and making financial decisions involving cash flows occurring at different points in time. It helps assess the value of future cash flows in today's terms, considering the time value of money and the opportunity cost of investing or using funds.